Hi, it's Miss Pitzel at the Upper West Library, and I am book talking Broken Lance by Jonathan Maberry. It's horror, sci-fi. Like I put in horror, but could go either way. It is a future world zombie apocalypse, basically. This is a 2-book series, so this is book 1 of 2, but it is set in the world of a previous series the author wrote called Rotten Ruin. So in this series, we have two main characters and another one that has a point of view. So we have it's Gabby Gomez, but she goes by Gutsy, and she lives in a settlement in Texas called the New Los Alamos. And then we have Benny Imura, and he is living in a settlement that's in California. And these people don't know each other, but they converge in the end. And then there's this third point of view, this unnamed hunter who we find out who he is at the end. And once again, the 3 storylines and points of view converge. So Gutsy's storyline, like I said, there's this small community that they've called the New Alamo, and it is literally protected by a wall of crushed cars. That's like what their wall is built out of. And Gutsy gets her name because she's made a living scavenging outside of the wall for things that the community needs. Now, her mother died before the beginning of this book from tuberculosis, so all these diseases have been come back. But her mom comes back as a zombie and is in her house trying to bite Gutsy, and it happens more than one time, which Gutsy then knows like something's going on, so she digs into that to figure out what's really going on. And then there's Benny's storyline, and Benny and his group of friends, they are characters that come from the previous series, and they are in a settlement in California, and there's like 9 different settlements in that area, like that are communicating with each other. But they also have communication with Asheville, which I'm assuming Asheville, North Carolina. They never really say exactly. But that is like the new capital of the country, and suddenly communication with Asheville is just cut off, and they don't know why. And so Benny and his group of friends are going to go find out why, and they have these kind of, like, I guess I'd call them like ATV type things that they can travel with. But let me see, they run into hordes of zombies, they run into areas of radioactivity and stuff like that. Well, ultimately, Gutsy's storyline and Benny's storyline and the unnamed hunter storyline all connect together for a final big battle at the end, humans versus zombies at the end. Yeah, so if you are into zombie apocalypse, I would definitely recommend this. And I liked it enough that I'm starting book 2. So, and it does seem a little bit long, but there's a number of these pages in here where quite a few of these pages where like that's all that's on a page. So that makes it a little bit shorter. All right. If zombie apocalypse is not what you're into reading, I will help you find something else. Have a fantastic day. Keep on reading.